Most men are just one step away from being the man every woman wants, but they never reach that point. Why? Not because they're not good enough, but because they don't understand how sexual obsession works inside a woman's mind. This video isn't about cheesy tricks, manipulation, or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about diving deep into female psychology. It's about triggering a desire so intense that she thinks about you constantly, craves your voice, your energy, and even the touch of your hand, even when you're not there. And if you've ever felt invisible, like you're doing everything right, being the nice guy, showing interest, always being available, yet still, she chooses another man, it's not you. It's because you've never been taught what truly creates sexual obsession in a woman's mind. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to become the kind of man she becomes obsessed with sexually. Or, if you prefer, the kind of man she willingly gives herself to without you ever needing to beg, chase, or change who you are. But before we get there, you need to understand what has been quietly killing your chances this whole time, even when you thought you were on the right track. Let's get into it. The predictability trap. You might think that always being available makes her like you more. The truth? It makes you predictable. And predictable men don't create desire. They create comfort. And comfort, my friend, is the death of sexual tension. Most men are obsessed with proving they are safe, respectful, and a good guy. But here's the reality. Women don't become obsessed with safety. They become obsessed with emotional intensity. If you don't know how to create that, you'll always be the friend she texts when she's bored, not the man she fantasizes about late at night. Here's the hard truth. When you are always there, always texting, always ready to hang out, you eliminate mystery. You kill the space for desire to grow. She needs to feel like she's earning your attention, not that you're just handing it to her for free. Women want to feel the high of being around you, not just your presence, but your energy. And that energy comes from tension, contrast, and challenge, not from sameness. You are not a boring man. But if every single conversation you have with her is flat, safe, and predictable, she will put you in a category. And once you're put in that box, it's almost impossible to get out. Do you ever wonder why she's so obsessed with that one guy who doesn't treat her right? It's not because she enjoys being hurt. It's because he makes her feel something she can't control: excitement, frustration, uncertainty. That emotional mix is addictive. And if you can't create that same emotional cocktail without being toxic, you will always lose to men who understand the art of seduction better than you do. Even the small details matter. How you look at her. When you look at her like a man who wants her, without apology, she feels it. When you speak with a deliberate tone, deep, calm, and with power, she feels that too. Sexual tension isn't about the words you say, it's about how you say them. When you can say the most innocent sentence, but her mind starts twisting it into something deeper, you are planting seeds of thought she will never forget. The mental game of desire. Before we dive into the exact techniques to create that obsession, do one thing for me. If this is already hitting you hard, hit that like button. What's coming next is going to hit even harder. Let's keep going. Let's get into how to make her sexually addicted to you. Sexual obsession doesn't begin with your body. It begins in her mind. The goal isn't to impress her. It's to make her feel something she hasn't felt in a long time. That dangerous, exciting, unforgettable energy. Start with how you use your voice. Your voice alone can unlock fantasies she didn't even know she had. Lower your tone slightly. Speak slower, from your chest, not your throat. Don't rush. Let your words hang in the air as if you are building tension just by being calm. Women feel energy, and if your energy says, "I'm in control, I'm grounded, I know what I want," she will notice that before she notices your face. And then, master the power of eye contact. Not the forced, awkward stare, but the kind where you hold her gaze just long enough to make her wonder what you're thinking. And then you look away with a small, knowing smile. That mystery, that restraint, that's what makes her spiral at night, wondering what it meant. Now, Here is something most men never grasp. You don't have to touch her to turn her on. You have to make her crave the idea of being touched by you. This is where subtle innuendo comes in. Speak in layers. Say something that could be innocent, but if her mind is in the right place, she knows it's not. That's when her imagination does all the work for you. The art of being unreachable. But here's the real secret. Don't always be available. If she knows she can have you whenever she wants, she will stop craving you. Desire comes from uncertainty, from knowing she wants you but not being sure if she has you. Have your own life, your own priorities. Let her feel that you are a whole, complete person with or without her. That you're not chasing and that your life isn't empty. That energy makes her feel like being with you is a privilege, not a favor. And finally, be unpredictable. Don't always show up the same way. One moment, be calm and mysterious. The next, be playful and bold. This emotional range keeps her guessing. And if she's guessing, she's thinking. And if she's thinking, she's feeling. And if she's feeling, you have already won. When the time is right, physical contact matters. But never rush it. Start slow. Let her body lean in first. Touch her hand for a second longer than you should. Notice how she reacts. Let her match your pace. And when you do finally escalate, make it feel like everything up to that moment was meant to happen. Because real obsession isn't just about sex. It's about energy, control, and mystery. Make her feel something she hasn't felt before, and she will never stop thinking about you. Here's the most important thing to remember. Sexual obsession is not about being a perfect man. It's about being a man who knows how to affect her emotionally without ever needing her validation. Most women are not starving for compliments. They're starving for presence. For that rare masculine energy that doesn't flinch under pressure, that doesn't try to impress her with words, but moves her without saying a thing. That energy is built, not bought. It comes from knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you won't tolerate. And when you carry that energy into every room, she won't just want you. She'll fantasize about you when she's with someone else. She'll scroll through old texts at night, hoping you message her again. She'll hear your name and feel her body react. Because women don't become obsessed with men who are always available. They become obsessed with men they can't fully figure out. Men who can create tension and leave space for her imagination to fill in the blanks. So if you want to make any woman obsessed with you sexually, don't focus on what you can do to get her. Focus on becoming the kind of man she can't stop thinking about, even when she tries. You have seen the difference now. You know what works. And now it's up to you to become the man who lives it. Because once you master this, she won't just want your body. She'll crave your energy. She'll dream about your presence. And even when she's with someone else, she will compare them to you. And they will always fall short. You don't need to chase. You just need to know who you are. And when you walk like you know it, that's when the magic happens.